In Denver, Colorado, 19 civic leaders from 17 African nations gather after a day of new experiences in a city very unfamiliar to them. For many in this group, this was their first time in the U.S.
Before coming to the U.S., it was a dream for me. I would never have imagined setting foot here, so it's a huge opportunity that I was offered.
Sometimes don't understand.
Each year, some 5,000 people from around the world come to the U.S. as part of the International Visitor Leadership Program, the U.S. Department of State's premier professional exchange program. It's a chance for them to learn about America and for Americans to learn about them.
This trip represents a unique opportunity for human experience, for sharing and exchanging cultures. It has allowed me to learn in a different professional environment, different from where I worked before.
There's no application for IVLP. Participants are nominated and selected by U.S. Embassy staff around the world. During their visits, which typically last from 10 days to 3 weeks, they see U.S. government in action, meet political leaders, and if they're lucky, tour the White House.
We met congressmen and women. We had the opportunity to meet certain institutions that are very vital to politics in America, like the Federal Commission on Elections, and it was really interesting.
Visitors are able to see American democracy up close.
Well, we all have our stereotypes about the U.S. The U.S. elections are a global issue. We don't get to elect the president, but he gets to have a say in our affairs.
The U.S. is a democracy that has been largely functioning well for over 200 years, with institutions that are stable. So these are things we can learn about. They're things that can help us when we work towards reforms.
But there's more than government and politics on an IVLP visitor's itinerary. While in Denver, the group from Africa volunteered to help the homeless. There's always plenty of sightseeing, too.
There's a lot of serious work with all the groups we are meeting with, but at the same time, we get a chance to discover the beauty of each state we visit. There's that emotional side that really makes us see the U.S. differently than we had seen it before.
If they're in Colorado, go see the mountains. If they're here for a weekend, share a meal with people. And my philosophy has been, fun is good diplomacy.
Dan Winnicky, a program manager at the nonprofit World Denver, helped coordinate this visit. He says even in this electronic age, people-to-people contacts remain critically important.
Each and every one of these individuals, extremely impressive, very inspiring, and people that I've learned a lot from, and people who I hope have gained some great experiences here in Colorado that they can take for a lifetime back home.
Over the past 75 years, the International Visitor Leadership Program has brought 200,000 people from 190 countries to the U.S., including more than 300 current or former heads of state. IVLP continues to break down barriers, bridge differences, and find commonalities. That's its mission.
The international visitors who come here, they make a human connection. They've got a vested interest in the American people, regardless of the political system.